Congratulations! We've made it. Week 4 of Advent. If you missed the first 3 weeks, go back to the email and click on the links to catch up. We have learned about the nativity story in both Matthew and Luke. The two versions are very different, and it seems to me we're still missing some parts. So let's clear a few things up. First, nowhere in the Bible does it say that Mary rode a donkey. However, I don't think that a very pregnant Mary could walk all the way to Bethlehem. Other modes of transportation in the ancient world besides walking were camels, horses, and donkeys. Horses were very, very expensive, and camels were mostly used for desert travel. Mary riding a donkey is also a very nice parallel to Jesus riding a donkey into Jerusalem on Palm Sunday. There is also no mention of any animals the night Jesus was born. However, why would you have a stable and a manger if there were no animals? Using our imagination and what archaeologists and historians know, we can reconstruct the atmosphere of that special day when Christ was born. Archaeologists tell us that people living in Bethlehem at that time used caves on the hillsides as barns. So perhaps we can imagine a cave where Jesus was born, filled with all kinds of animals that belonged to the innkeeper. So why did the Christian leaders of the past deem it so important to include all 4 Gospels that have 2 different stories? Each story gives a different insight to the birth of our Lord. It seems to me each one focuses on a different parent. We don't know much about Joseph. This story in the Gospel of Matthew is one of the very few stories about him. It gives us more of a cultural lens to look through, and the divine intervention plays a major part. The Nativity in Luke is more of Mary's story, how the angel comes to her, sharing the news with Elizabeth, and after the birth, the shepherds visiting, Mary ponders all that they say in her heart. Both of these stories give a wondering into what God has in store for this little baby. The story of the Nativity has a special place in all of our hearts. And sorting out what is biblical and what is traditional does not make it any less so. So thank you for watching my Advent mini-series. I hope that you learned something and you had as much fun watching it as I did making it. Happy Advent!